The Second Ecumenical Council of the Vatican, Vatican II, in the familiar shorthand, was the most important event in the history of Catholicism since the Council of Trent responded to the various Protestant reformations of the 16th century. The world shook the Catholic Church severely in the next 400 years. The various European Enlightenments, the French Revolution, the 19th century assault on the papacy, and the Church by secular powers, 3 totalitarianisms, 2 world wars, the Cold War, and decolonization all had profound effects. Yet viewed from inside the household of faith, no Catholic event since the Council of Trent had so dramatic an impact on world Catholicism as the Second Vatican Council. And virtually none has been so contentious. 60 years after it solemnly opened on October 11, 1962, the meaning of Vatican II remained controverted, and sometimes bitterly controverted, throughout the world church. Some contemporary Catholic voices, no longer limited to the disaffected elderly but now including deeply committed young Catholics, claim that the Council was a fatal concession to the modern world that should be repudiated or quietly buried. Much of the German-speaking Catholic world seems to think that the spirit of Vatican II was an invitation to reinvent Catholicism as another liberal Protestant denomination. In Germany and elsewhere, prominent Catholic academics regard the Council as an unfortunate compromise that failed to achieve its great promise. In contrast, the new and vibrant local churches of sub-Saharan Africa consider Vatican II a great blessing, the Magna Carta for their tremendous growth. These are arguments at the macro level. Beneath them are the practical issues of daily Catholic life with which the people of the Church regularly contend. How should Catholics celebrate Mass so that their worship enriches their lives and empowers them for mission? What does Catholicism have to say to the sexual revolution and the erosion of the family throughout the West? How is the faith to be transmitted to future generations, and what, precisely, is to be handed on? What, if anything, estranges a Catholic from the Church? What is Catholicism's response to contested issues of society, culture, and public life? And who speaks for the Church in these fields? How does the Church recover from the plague of clerical sexual abuse, reform itself, and bring healing and justice to the victims of these grave sins and crimes? To many, including most of the cardinal electors at the conclave of 2013, the pontificates of John Paul II, 1978 through 2005, and Benedict XVI, 2005 through 2013, settled the debate over what Vatican II taught and how that teaching should be embodied in the Church's pastoral practice. Many of the old questions and controversies about the Council burst back to the surface of Catholic life during the pontificate of Pope Francis, however. Relitigating those arguments has raised the temperature of Catholic debate beyond the boiling point on more than one occasion since the newly elected Argentine and Jesuit Pope stepped out onto the Vatican Basilica's Loggia of Blessings and greeted the crowds in St. Peter's Square on the evening of March 13, 2013. This is not healthy. A Catholic Church endlessly debating what Vatican II meant is a church disempowered in its proclamation of the gospel of Jesus Christ, and disengaged from its service to an ever more fractious postmodern world. A reimagining of the Council's purpose and a fresh encounter with its teaching is in order.